Ballyclare District Historical Memorial Association. Lieutenant Colonel George Saunderson. Sinn Féin IRA waged a war on Ulster, a campaign to ethnically cleanse Northern Ireland of innocent Christian Protestants. Catholic civilians suffered greatly at their hands too. Just being seen talking to a Protestant or working for the British services in any capacity would have made you a target marked for death by the IRA. This terrorist group carried out kidnappings. They disappeared innocent people. They bombed, shot, murdered and maimed children. They carried out sickening tortures and punishment beatings. They imported illegal arms and weaponry, carried out bank robberies, and yet now Sinn Féin, the voice of the IRA and the largest party in Northern Ireland, can memorialise and honour these terrorists as heroes from their positions in government. George Saunderson was born in Belfast on the 10th of January 1916. In the 1920s, the family moved to the grandfather's farm in Churchill in County Fermanagh. In 1941, George married Margaret Telford, and together they had 7 children, 2 girls and 5 boys. George was a member of Loyalonge Lodge 349, District 7. He was a keen fisherman who loved to work in his garden. He would write poetry and yarns about the locals and had a passion for Irish history. George was a much-loved teacher and very much respected in his community. A man of integrity, solid in his beliefs, and was not scared to stand up for what was true and just. Lieutenant Colonel George Saunderson had joined the Royal Enniskillen Fusiliers when he was 18 and served in Palestine and the Middle East before the outbreak of World War II. He transferred to the Parachute Regiment and he was then commissioned in the Royal Irish Fusiliers and served throughout the war. George also served in the TA, B Specials, and served as commander of B Company of the 4th Battalion of the Ulster Defence Regiment. On demobilisation, with the rank of captain, George trained as a teacher. Mr. Saunderson was appointed principal of Earl of Erne School and had retired from the UDR in 1973. On the 10th of April 1974, Mr. Saunderson was in the kitchen of the school having a coffee when 2 teenage IRA gunmen ordered the staff out. One gunman asked for George's name and then immediately shots were fired. There was a pause and then more shots were fired. The headmaster was shot at point-blank range around 20 times from both rifle and automatic weapon. He was the 4th veteran and highest-ranking former member of the UDR to be killed. While the family received no justice and the gunmen go unpunished, the AK-47 Kalashnikov used to kill George Saunderson was sold in an American auction to raise funds for the IRA. Sinn Féin know exactly who carried out these atrocities against an innocent people, yet they refuse to give the victims' loved ones and the survivors the answers they need for closure, for justice, and they are quite comfortable letting terrorists go unpunished for the war crimes they committed. Instead of the terrorists serving time for their crimes, the terrorists are given jobs and positions in government. Lieutenant Colonel George Saunderson, aged 58, retired member of the 4th Battalion of the Fermanagh Ulster Defence Regiment. Lest we forget. If you're enjoying our channel, please let us know by clicking on the like, share and subscribe icons below. And thank you